Stop with this internet shit. Scrapple TV.
I'm trying to come up with some sort of mathematical proof that describes the relationship of creativity to inspiration to beauty. All my dreams have come true. And I have to tell you, that's one freaky, freaky, freaky place to be in your own head. I should be hospitalized. Hi! Wipe your feet! No, really, wipe your feet. I took an elective class because it looked fun, and I wanted to make a piece for my window for my apartment. I thought, you know, it would be like, you know, taking a class in oven mitts or macrame plant holders to me. That's how much of a snob I was. And if you asked me, I would have said I was a painter and I was destined to be a painter and I was going to be a painter. Huh, so wrong. I hate it. This type of paint is like painting with mud from the street, which I don't like either. But it's much more of a drawing process or a printmaking process than painting. And the yellow is silver stain. Silver stain is the origin of the term stained glass. It's a silver nitrate mixed in basically a clay base, and you paint it on and you stick it in the oven and you go up to about 1,000 degrees and it comes out and the clay is still there and it looks disgusting. You gotta wash it off, and it has actually sunk into the glass and stained it yellow. Anything without that is not really stained glass, purists. I'm all about treasure and torture. I know nothing about politics. I have no politics. I don't watch the news, but I sure managed to say something. And when you look at a stained glass window, you don't have to see it with your eyes to perceive it, because the light coming through it is warm and you feel it inside your body. So it's like the experience of a stained glass window is sometimes coming from deep within you. How amazing is that? Not so with television, because that light isn't so warm. So I have some glass that I can put on the light table if you want to see some stuff. These are done in multiple layers of glass. It's a little difficult to explain. This is a typical way that I do a face in layers. The glass itself has 2 layers of color on it, and you can remove the color. This is this face. Let me get the door.
Eric will go get it. I can go get it.
Can you go get it? And you have to use the key to open the bars. It's hanging off the doorknob.
Yep.
And just make sure no cats get out. So this is what's called blue on clear glass, and you can sandblast it and engrave it and file it and do all sorts of things to remove the blue layer. Then you can stack up things. So this is actually the same blue on clear. This is a pink on clear. This is a brown on clear. And you put them all together, and this was once upon a time red on clear, believe it or not, and you get a whole range of colors in one area. That's how these were done, but these are put together. So this is my mother. She was really Dorothy Gale from Kansas, except that she was Barbara Thompson from Oklahoma. And I have a taxidermied coyote. And the paintings that look kind of like this are by my grandmother. She started to paint when she was 70. The most influential teacher on me was a liberal arts teacher when I went to RISD. His name was Dirk Bach. He taught a class called Sky Father, Earth Mother, believe it or not. This was the early 80s. And this class explained in a very sort of large way, sort of macrocosmic way, what art was to everybody in all times. Like, what is this thing that is art? In short, it was that art was like a you are here map, that you sort of empathize with the image. And because an image is about sort of arranging stuff in a context, that you would then sort of internalize that and be able to see yourself, the microcosm, in a larger context. I got some awesome blown glass. Deborah Cheresco, best female glass blower in the United States. God, I love this glass. And how cool is this? Michael Schunke. I'm afraid to drink anything out of this one. It's definitely a real squirrel head, but that's not the right body, is it? An emu head? I have a dead hummingbird here. Dead hummingbird. Bottoms up. No, he's not dead. He's just freaky. Two-headed duck. This is a cat skeleton that I found on the street. I found the dead cat and I waited for it to decompose. That's the real story. Rain does a trick. Ahoy, matey, I'm a pirate. This is my parrot. Oh, Tyrone knows that when she does her trick, she often gets a treat.
Are you a cat shepherd?
Yes.
A little flock out in the yard.
Hey, Boo. Alright, I'm gonna feed the cats now. Alright, Tyrone. Tyrone will only eat the food if I put gravy on it. People often look at my artwork and think that it's narrative. And to me, a narrative would be a story that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I don't have any stories like that. I did do that for the animation, and that was kind of different. It was hard. I remember the first time I animated something, it was like, I have created life. I want to animate and do nothing but animate. I want to get a master's degree in animation. Oh God, it was so good. It was like, well, what am I going to do with this? Because I wanted to absorb myself in it and do nothing but that. I wanted to really do it. And it came to a point where I had to decide, and I decided to stay with glass. And I'm sad about that. You know, I had to grieve that loss. Well, I'm making 10 to 15 windows for Eastern State Penitentiary that will open in March of 2012. I'm super psyched about it. I haven't exhibited in Philadelphia in a long time. And I'm so excited to be doing that again. That means so much to me. The venue is my absolute dream place. To some extent, I feel like the audience for the work is the long gone prisoners. So it's all in the cells, which are like they're perfect chapel analogs, or cathedrals even. They're amazing, they're perfect. And so they are screaming, stained glass, I need some stained glass.